What is up, lady girls and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first Q&A. I've never done a Q&A before. This is so thrilling. This has long been overdue. I wanted to do this for a while. Thank you so much for all of your questions. There were a lot of questions. I had to go through all of them, and it was an absolute delight reading your questions. Thank you all so much. So because there were that many questions, I thought I would do a little series, a mini series called 20 questions, where I would just go through 20 of your guys' questions and then take up the next 20 in the next video. There were a couple of questions that you guys asked over and over again. Stuff like, what do I study? Why do I speak so many languages? All that stuff. And because those were such popular questions, I figured I would give you a brief introduction as to who I am. So, it was a warm summer's day on Friday, the 3rd of September 1993, where little boy Bentastic decided to pop out of his mom's vajazzle. So I was born on September 3rd, 1993, and those were simpler times, back when we didn't have cell phones, barely had internet, so that will make me almost 25 years old this year. I can feel how my back starts to ache when I think about my age. So I was born in Singapore, a little tiny country way down in Southeast Asia. I was born to a Singaporean mother and an English dad. I spent the first 7 years of my life in Singapore, going to a Singaporean school, living with a Singaporean culture. And then when I was 7 years old, we had to move to Switzerland, to Zurich. My dad had found a job here and he couldn't turn it down. So that's when we packed our bags and went over to Switzerland. And to this day is one of the best decisions ever, because I love it here. This is my home, and it has been for the past, 17 or so years now. And I freaking love it. I love the culture, I love the people, I love the language, I love everything about this country. This is my home. I used to go back to Singapore regularly to visit my family, and more often I went to England to visit my family there, or just to go on vacation because, well, England's closer to Switzerland. My dad raised me to have a very English sense of humor. We had to watch all kinds of stuff like Monty Python, and I'm very in touch with the English culture. I love football, I love cues, I like moaning. And England is very much to me a second home, because we went there so many times to visit my grandmother, and every time I go there I never feel like I'm in a foreign country. It always feels like I'm home every time I go there. And I absolutely love going to London every time. It just feels like I should be living there. Which begs the question, why do I not have a British accent? Well, it's actually quite simple, because I never grew up in an English-speaking environment. Sure, I spent the first 7 years of my life in Singapore, but the most part of my life, those 17, 18 years here in Switzerland, I didn't get to speak English much other than with my family. So I never got to pick up a regionally specific accent. I only picked up English from TV, American TV, British TV, and that's it, and whatever my mom and dad spoke. So you mesh that all together, and then you get this now. Next thing is the whole question about the language thing. So just to get this clear, I am fluent in English, that is my native tongue. I'm also fluent in German, but I'm also fluent in the Swiss German dialect spoken in the German part of Switzerland. Those are the three languages I'm fluent in, that's it. I am moderately good in French, because when you're in Switzerland, French is a mandatory part of your education, so you have to learn French. I also spent one summer in the south of France to improve my French, so my French is okay. And while I was in school, I also majored in Italian, so I'm half decent in Italian. And those are the only languages I speak. I don't speak Spanish. I really don't speak Spanish. I just pick up words here and there. You hear a thing, you learn a thing. Mostly from, American TV series. You learn words like hermano, pendejo, Mexico, trabajo, taco. Your main vocabulary. I also took one semester of Dutch. And I'm also minoring in Japanese officially at university, but I would never claim to be able to speak either of those two languages, never. And I did learn Chinese when I was in school in Singapore, but that was so long ago I don't remember anything. So it's really just the English, German, and the Swiss German dialect that I'm actually fluent in. Other than that, French and Italian decently, and that's it. Which takes us to the next popular question, what is my educación? What am I studying? I am studying media and communication sciences, which is nothing other than media in general. Media on a global scale, on a political scale, and also on an individual scale, like, media perception, media psychology. My major really covers media as a whole entity, and it is Fascinating. So I'm majoring in media and communication sciences and minoring in both Japanese and linguistics, would you believe? So I not only speak the language, I also understand the language. As you can tell, I'm quite the language nerd. So now down to your questions. Question number 1, which is, in my opinion, a very good first date question. What is your favorite Pokemon? It's a Dragonite. Who doesn't like a Dragonite? It's cute, it's got wings, it's got a tail, and it's yellow like me, okay? Question 2. If you could meet any celeb, who would it be? Not Scarlett Johansson. To be fair, close up on number 2, Natalie Dormer. Gotta be Natalie Dormer. Here's a question I actually already answered, but I think it's fair that I do it here again. Your birth date, please, and how old are you this year? I have asked this in some of your posts and never get the answer. I'm so sorry I ignored you so many times, but you have your answer. 3rd of September, 1993, all the way back in 1993. Question 4. Do you like drinking beer? I do not, actually. I have tried many alcoholic beverages in my time, and I've never enjoyed a single one. And beer is really far down on that list. I enjoy Capri Sun. And OJ. Freaking OJ. Or Dr. Pepper. Goddamn Dr. Pepper. What are your kinks? Sorry about this. Ha 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 sa. I like to dress up like a vampire, while the woman is dressed up as a flight attendant who recites from the Bible as I pet my corgi while sitting on a radiator in Chicago. It's a very specific kink, I know. And if anyone could draw that, that would be hilarious. Next question. Pretend this is a question. Absolutely yes, why wouldn't you? Oh my god. Have you watched Disney movies? If yes, which one's your fave? I freaking grew up with Disney. I love so many of them. There has to be honorable mention to Monsters Incorporated. Also Toy Story. Freaking, oh my, how many times have I watched Toy Story 1 and 2? Woohoo! Also Mulan. The Incredibles were pretty good. Lilo and freaking Stitch. Oh, how do you get your hair like that? OMG. I actually grow it myself. It's really like a garden. You have to take good care of it. Water it regularly, put some, dirt on it, and make sure it's filled with bacteria. That, and I get my hair cut like every 2, maybe 2.5 weeks. Gotta keep looking fresh. Hey, what is the thing you do that you find it rewarding? It could be making videos or just learning and improving yourself, etc. The thing I find the most rewarding nowadays when I make videos is all of your guys' reactions, hands down. When I first started out, nobody watched the videos really. Got like 0 views, 1 view, and that was me. But as the channel grew, more and more people watched, and I got more and more feedback and comments, and I really appreciate that you enjoy the videos, that you like them, that you leave a comment, you take time out of your lives to send me messages. The thing that is the most rewarding for me when I YouTube is always all of your reactions, and that you take time out of your lives to react. It's the one thing that fills me with such pride, knowing that you guys are watching the videos at some point in your life after a long day, and that the videos put a smile on your face for just those 15, 20, 30 minutes. I know what it's like to want to watch a video after a long day at work, school, whatever. If you had a stressful day, you just want to calm down. And I'm so glad that I could provide that for you guys, and that you guys actually enjoy the video and you appreciate what I do. So the most rewarding thing is your guys' reaction. It really is. Here's a nice one. Lady girls and gentle boys, and have a fantastic day. When did you come up with those? Well, let's start with the name Bentastic. Strangely enough, I did not want to keep that name. When I started out YouTubing, I said to myself, okay, just create the account, worry about the name later, just get some videos out there. So I just quickly came up with any old name, and I was like, fantastic, great, put that down, we'll change it later. So I typed in Bentastic, and due to procrastination and pure laziness, I just never changed it. I don't want to endorse procrastination or laziness, but sometimes it really does pay off. And as for lady girls and gentle boys, it's funny, I have no idea where that came from. I didn't come up with that. I heard it at some point when I was a child somewhere, and ever since then it's been in the back of my brain, and I've never been able to forget it. So lady girls and gentle boys actually comes from some hidden trauma I may have sustained as a child. Question, 11, 12, I'm not counting. And here is a question. If you can travel to any country, city, place right now, where would you go and why? Have a wonderful day, Ben. I would travel straight to Scarlett Johansson's bed. No, but seriously, I had the great fortune of being able to travel a lot when I was a kid. Growing up in Singapore, we traveled to, Australia, Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia. Went to England a lot, and now that I live in Switzerland, it's easy to go to Italy, France, Spain, Germany, Czech Republic, Austria, you name it. I've been to so many countries. I've also been to the US twice. I freaking loved it both times. New York, favorite city, New York, god damn it. But there's one group of people I've never encountered before, and that is the Scandinavian people. And I would really, really love to check out all of Scandinavia. Sweden, Iceland, Finland, Denmark, Norway. Just, they seem like a unique group of people who have their lives in order. They seem like nations that have a lot to offer the world. And I would really love to visit those places one day and just be subjected to their everyday lives. Skincare routine. This is actually not my skin. I cut it off my enemies and stuck it onto my face. I'm kidding. How to have Bentastic skin. Step 1. Wash face. Step 2. Wait until face is dirty. Step 3. Repeat step 1. Seriously, I don't have a skincare routine. I just wash my face every day. Actually, I put on a clay mask every, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But we're gonna pretend I never said that. Would you ever do a live stream? I would really, really love to do a live stream. I would really love Twitch at some point. But I have so much to do, I just don't have the time, and I'm really sorry about that. I really want to do that, but I have my studies to do, I have work, I have to go to courses which I can't skip, and I have to maintain some kind of a social life, and it's not easy balancing everything out. But it is true, I really would like to force in some kind of live stream at some point. It is on my bucket list, and it's really something that I want to do, and I will try to work on it. Do you plan making YouTube as a main source of income, quitting jobs, just live streaming and such? It was never a priority, it was never a plan, and it still isn't, because I value my education, I love school, and I want to get a degree. To me, that's the absolute foundation. I need that security. Don't get me wrong, I would love to continue YouTubing, I would love to be able to make a living out of this, but my main priority is always to finish my education, and then I can worry about what comes next. But yes, it would be great if I could make YouTube a job and actually earn something. But at the moment, I'm not earning anything from YouTube. So on a good month, I might earn $20 full from my channel. I also started up the merchandise stuff a couple of weeks ago. That helped a little bit, but that also doesn't bring in a lot of cash. So I'm a long way away from being able to make YouTube anything full time. How the hell are you so funny? Seriously, like the funniest guy I've seen on YouTube, laughing face. Literally watching you at the moment, it's 10:29 PM and I'm working at 5, worth it though. Well, you know, I figured people have been laughing at me all my life, I might as well freaking record it. This one's an important question here. Are they real, the jump scares you encounter during horror games, or are they fake? Because no one yells mother of buttholes when they are scared. Love you, man, from Morocco. Well, the jump scares are definitely real. I always said to myself, there's absolutely no need in faking anything on YouTube. There's no need trying to be someone you're not just to get views. There's 7.5 billion people on this planet. There will be a whole bunch of people who will like you just the way you are. And that has always been a great motivation for me to make videos, and great motivation to not need to fake anything. Because I have you guys, you found me, a group of people have found me who like me just the way I am and what I do. And I don't have to worry about faking anything or acting or pretending. I can just be me, and I know that people out there will somehow find me and they will somehow like the content. So no, there is no faking. And the whole butthole things, holy mother of buttholes, that's actually the best thing about jump scares, because you don't need to overthink in jump scares. You could just say the first things that come to mind, and it's that natural reaction that people somehow find hilarious, because you guys are weird too. You good at maths? Sir or ma'am, that is offensive and racist, and I do not appreciate that. Actually, I failed in maths miserably, and I don't mean like just failed maths. I mean I really failed maths. I mean I failed harder than communism failed in Russia. And I'm only half Asian, so I don't have to be good at maths, no pressure. When do you get the idea of becoming a YouTuber? The origin, the genesis. It was never once my idea. My friend came up with that idea, and we wanted to make a channel together, do playthroughs together, 2-player playthroughs, and it never worked out. We tried many times, created accounts, made videos, and never uploaded them. We always failed. So at some point in my life, a couple of years down the road, I said to myself, I think I want to pick up on that. So I asked him if he wanted to join me. He didn't want to join me. I asked around. Nobody else wanted to join me. So I said, I'll just do it myself, and maybe in time someone will join me. I figured, you know, just do it. I don't want to look back later down the road and say I didn't even try anything. And now that I've done it, I don't regret anything. I'm having so much fun right now, so much fun with you guys, and I'm loving every single moment of it. Loving all your comments, loving being able to answer your questions, answer your comments, answer your messages. Love it. So I'm forever grateful that my friend came up with the idea of making a YouTube channel all those years ago. Let's see what else we got. If you had to choose between a large channel, 8 mil plus, but you're bored making the vids and no quality content, or this channel, which would you choose? That's really no-brainer. It's easy for me. I would pick this channel 20 times over because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy how I do it. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy your reaction. I enjoy being able to just be me and have you guys enjoy that. YouTube isn't my main priority. It's not like a life goal for me to become a huge YouTuber and earn a lot of money. I don't mind having a normal job and normal life and be an average Joe. That's completely fine with me. If I make it big in YouTube, then it's fine. But not if it means that I have to make content that I don't like and don't enjoy, because I do not want to have a job in life that I despise and I'm bored at. With the 20 questions, I wasn't even counting the damn questions. Let's do one more. What do you do on your free time? I don't have free time, man. Whatever free time I have, sometimes I fall asleep and nap. I go to the gym. Then you got, you know, your regular stuff, your freaking chores that you gotta do. I have my guitar. This is my Duesenberg, baby. I used to play this a lot back in the day when I first got it. But when I started out with YouTube started taking up so much time that I couldn't play anymore. Not that it's a bad thing or anything. I used to spend hours playing this bad boy. Played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. I sound like a frog being raped by a cat getting run over by a lawnmower. So lady girls and gentlemen boys, that was it. I hope those were 20 questions. I took 20 screenshots. Maybe they're 20 questions, I don't know. But there will be a next part, and there will be more questions. There will be the rest of your questions that you have already posed. And if you want, you can write some more questions down below in the comment section, and I'll sure to pick them out. You have asked some great questions, and I will make a second video because some of those questions were so good, I need to have a second video of it. So I hope you guys have some image as to who I am, what I'm doing, what are my philosophies in life, and what are my kinks, and if this is really my skin. One of the best gifts I ever got. Freaking D&D dice. The size of my left nut. Just random information there. So on a serious note, thank you guys so much for your questions, for all your effort. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing an interest into me, my life, my personality. I really, really appreciate it. I never thought that so many people would care about who I am, what I do, and what my kinks are. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for further questions that you might ask. And I hope to see you on the next video. Hope to see you soon, guys. You take very, very good care of yourselves. I love you and have a very, very fantastic day.